You know Noita, the Polish playable powder toy that punishes you for putting right foot before left. A creative sandbox of magic and misery, renowned for its brutal difficulty and tightly kept secrets. But I have a secret of my own that I'll fill you in on. Noita is not difficult. Although in your first playthrough you might display the critical thinking skills of a grade schooler who was never taught not to drink the chemicals under the sink or to stop, drop, and roll, once you learn not to put dangerous substances in your mouth, not to get too friendly with the locals, and the fact that a bottle of water can solve most of life's problems, you'll find that the game is really pretty easy. Once you know what to look for, you'll find health and money scattered around the map, and as long as you can avoid bosses that one-shot you and learn a bit of patience, you'll soon find yourself with godly levels of power and money, mowing through any enemy unfortunate enough to meet you. So then what? After you complete the quests of the main game and spend an embarrassing amount of time completing the secret side quests, are you done? No. Like I said, Noita is not easy. You finished grade school. Good for you. But get back to Target and get ready to drop some serious cash because college is just a week away. Noita's Nightmare Mode is ridiculously difficult. Remember the snipers who deal 25 damage, shooting you point blank and sending you back a few feet? They have real guns now. Remember how you used to be able to take a full shotgun shell to the face? Remember how you could pick up some orbs for guaranteed health? You can still do that, they just look scary for some reason. Remember those purple guys? I actually don't know where they went, I missed them. Enemies have more health, do more damage, the stages are longer with less symbols, which means less supplies, which means you'll be fighting tanks with bouncy balls. They do give you perks and wands to start off with, but don't get it wrong, this game has not been skewed in your favor. It's difficult enough that I certainly haven't beaten it yet, but I'd like to, so that's what I'll be trying to do today. So starting out on Nightmare Mode, you always get these guaranteed perks. Sometimes they suck, sometimes they're good, sometimes they synergize with the wands that you get over here. Almost never are they going to save you. You always get Tinker with Wands Everywhere, which just makes it so that you can tinker with wands everywhere, and then the other three are going to be randomized. Here we got a lot of sort of middling ones. We get 50% extra health, which immediately gives us 150 health. We basically just got more time to explore. Projectile Repulsion Sector, we have this handy little sector that will blow anything away, and the projectile slower means that we have an entire range where projectiles near us will slow down. So with these two, they'll kind of synergize to make it harder for us to get hit by things, but we'll still find a way. As for our starting wands, it's not looking like anything too fantastic. And for a quick rundown on how these wands work, your cast delay and recharge time are going to be a metric of how fast you can fire your spells. You want these as low as possible. Mana max and mana charge speed are how much mana you have and how quickly that mana recharges. You want these to be as high as possible. Your spread kinda doesn't matter unless it's god-awful. One side effect of the projectile repulsion sector is it'll make spells that you fire fly a lot faster. There's a lot of hidden synergy in this game that you wouldn't really know unless you just kinda experiment with it. This guy just not see me? We've now reached semi-goat status with projectiles. Between the projectile repulsion field and our projectile blowing field, we can now basically find ourselves immune to projectiles, which is actually really good. So long as we're looking at something, we should be able to negate everything but maybe like sniper bullets. And that glowing bit that you see in the bottom, that means that a wand is near. Always worthwhile to go and check it out. And as you could guess, any spells are usually correlated with how late in the game you are, directly to their power level. So in terms of something like the bouncing balls we have, they're weak and pretty bad. These Giga Disc projectiles usually might be a little bit further on in the game, because you would think, oh, a large disc that does 63 damage and only costs 38 mana. Pretty good. Unfortunately, it will kill me. And now if we just stay in the fire, this guy should die pretty quickly. This big frog is extremely scary and could probably kill me in one hit, but we're keeping our distance. We actually got an egg, which will summon a friendly for us. Oh, two friendlies, I guess. Ow. So here we are in Nightmare Mode. We have Fire Immunity, makes you immune to fire. Immunities are always worth picking up. We have Contact Damage, which means if something gets too close, we'll be able to punch it really hard in the face. And we have Gamble, which is as it sounds. It could either give us some trash perks, or it could give us some really great perks. And since it's right at the beginning and I can restart the run, I'm just gonna take it. And it was kind of completely worth it. Toxic Immunity, which means that the two biggest threats of early levels, getting caught on fire and getting poisoned, are now no longer a threat. We unfortunately have picked up Teleportesis, which means every single time that we take damage, we're gonna teleport to a random location, which could be bad. And then for our starting wands, so here we have the power of Thor on one wand and a lightsaber on the other. Pretty cool. And just like that, we can Obi-Wan Kenobi our way through our first enemies.
There's no reason for me to live.
And apparently contact damage does a lot more damage than I originally thought it did. Use the Force. Now usually to balance out really powerful spells, you'll only be able to use them a few times, or they'll contribute a large cast delay. There's a lot of synergy you can do with spells. For instance, my Jedi wand has spells that reduce cast delay and recharge time, meaning that they can fire almost instantaneously. Off with his head. Sometimes you will just find corpses and things lying around. This is because enemies have the ability to attack each other. This world is kind of like a living ecosystem almost. Another quirk of Nightmare Mode is although in the main game you will have the mines, the caves, the ice, and some other stuff, in Nightmare Mode you just jump right into the cave biome. Not the hardest biome in the game, but there are fewer levels and temples are fewer and further between, meaning it is a lot harder to get heals and supplies and things like that. Cool. A battle of teleporters. Who will win? It was kind of against my will, but I guess we're out of that area now. Now, with every mountain comes a new set of perks that you can get. We can either have stronger heart pickups, which we haven't encountered yet, but essentially they just raise your health. We have another gamble, or we have an all-seeing eye, which means this annoying darkness will be no more and we can see everything. But I think you know the kind of person I am by now. And that was probably the worst gamble I've ever gotten. This Luki mutation makes it so that you can't fly and you just kind of crawl around like a spider, which is sort of gross. And the worm attractor makes worms think that you're really cute and they want to come and give you a big hug. Now the snowy depths level is a little bit difficult. You have large hordes of dudes just like that. You have people who can shoot you from all different directions. A lot of these guys can fly. It's all around kind of bad vibes. And now for the entire rest of our playthrough, we will have worms flying around and trying to kill us too, which is less than ideal, I suppose. And since that worm was stupid, we now have a health pickup. So this worm perk is really not the worst to pick up, and since there's nothing but enemies that want to kill you, it's usually just a good idea to evac COD style. And now, we have some good spells, but no money to buy them with. Reduce recharge time means that you can just fire stuff super quick. Reduce spread means that you can fire stuff super accurate. And this double trigger means that you can fire the spell, and then 2 more spells will spawn where it lands. Can be pretty powerful and broken. Now what we're looking for is an ability to fire spells really fast. The reduced recharge from the drill, the reduced recharge from this, and the reduced recharge from this will all contribute into making a spell fire pretty much as fast as possible. The problem is, as soon as we fire it, our mana runs out. For now, it looks like we are still stuck to using our lightsaber. Having this intensive a melee build is not necessarily always advisable, and by not always advisable, I mean really not advisable, because now most things will just kind of try and kill us at a distance, but it is what it is, I guess. The bonus of this area in particular is that we are surrounded by metal, meaning that using my handy dandy lightning bolt that I've been using for range will probably just end up killing me. I'm very glad that I didn't fire at that guy because, as you can see, the chain reaction would be lightning bolt would go to him, it would travel through into all these explosive boxes, which I just happen to be sitting right on top of. So it's good to stay aware of your surroundings. One nice thing is that you can commit guerrilla warfare. And I figure we'll just do another try because why not? Ugh, these are some pretty bad perks. But there is a trick. If ever you find yourself starting a new game and what you're getting is just kind of garbage, you can press a single button and make everything a lot better. It's called the new game button. And now we have a projectile repulsion field and an actual shield, which means it's going to be really hard for stuff to hit us. And we have actually been given incredible fortune. You see, normally in a run you can find wands that have spells baked into them, meaning that whenever you fire that wand, it will always have that spell on deck for you. This wand has a large firebolt, which means that even without anything in it, when I fire it, it will just go on firing that bolt. And if I put this recharge on it, it's not that fast, actually. Now you'll notice we're right at the portal, but I still have 43 health left, and that's enough to explore a little bit more, I feel. But now we have no health. And we might as well do a third because that one almost didn't count. Explosion immunity, huge. Extra item in Holy Mountain, big. Angry Ghost, eh. What the heck, bro? I'm getting pub dunked. Here, kitty kitty. Ole, vamonos. Awesome. Oh, he's got the Among Us. Oh, okay. There are stones that will turn any projectile into blades, which is what this is. I found the purple guy. Let's see what we can buy. Pretty nice stuff. I'm enjoying what I have now. So this spark bolt with trigger plus an explosion means that wherever I fire this spark bolt, there's going to be a handy little explosion there. Oh, I forgot that I'm immune to explosions, but not fire. Please go away. I really do not like this place. Oh. We're going to try one more time, and this time we have some good perks. Extra health, 150 health, no damage from electric shocks, perk lottery, we can get multiple perks, and the wands are goated with the sauce. Well, sort of. I do have this wand which casts misfortune on people. Ow. Thank you, misfortune. Excellent. So now that I have this much health, my main goal is to find as much gold just by digging around the terrain here, and then try and make my way down to the next area. I basically just want to skip this area entirely and be a pacifist. Oh. Oh.
Hold on, wait.
And now I'm wide because my webcam just doesn't work for some reason. But thank you all for watching. My main goal is just to beat Nightmare Mode eventually, so if I have to make 10 videos of me trying to play through Nightmare Mode to eventually beat it, fine by me. But if you liked, please leave a upvote for Spooky Season. We have revived a dead channel. Pretty much every Halloween I want to try and make this a zombie channel just to stay festive. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. See you later.